All right, so here we are again, still at our scientist camp. We're going to kind of say F it to the faction bit because running quest did not get me to honored like I feel like it should have. I don't know why we didn't increase those last couple, but that's okay. We're still neutral, almost to honored, but that's all right. We need some resources in order to bring in a ship. So I'm going to F2 to go to the factory. These are the ones that I have not designed these ships. These were created by better designers than me. If I go into the workshop, my typical first vessel is this S17 Freedom Tier 1 by Weekend Warrior. I think it's a great starter vessel. I'm just going to click to factory. And I need 315 carbon substrate, 294 copper ingot, 220 silicon, and 120 iron. So let's see what we got. Let's sort this by item type so I don't go crazy. While we're doing this, can I make stuff? We'll see how that goes. So what's happening here is I have, these are salvage plates, so steel plates, and it's taking up iron ingot spots. We'll go ahead and drop the iron ingot in there, the silicon and the carbon, rather copper, way off still. So let's take this heavy weapon upgrade kit, nanotubes, just dropping this stuff in here to see how close we are. About as I expected, not close at all. About 100 more carbon substrate and pretty much the balance of the rest. So we can go grab surface nodes, but I think I've just come to the conclusion to say F my faction because I don't think we're going to take too bad of a hit. And we need to get some resources in here. So we've got settlement chief, we have a copper deposit. Well, since that pulled up, let's just go grab that one because I haven't discovered it yet. Well, it's another copper deposit, so that's all right. So typically what I'll do is sit down a constructor and a heater. And from right about here, go at it. This is what copper looks like. I'll show you my practice with this. What I do is I'm going to keep mining this until I get full up on inventory. I do think the way mining happens in this game is about the coolest way it could happen. And by the way, if you don't like mining, you don't have to. Any one of these POIs like that scientist station or the couple we found, you can salvage the resources from those with your tool and drop that directly into the factory. And that sample that I used a little while ago, it might have seemed slower. It's not. It's quite efficient, honestly. I've got a few, so I'm going to pop back out by hitting F5, come over here to my constructor, throw that in there. Every 5 makes 10, so can almost make 200. I do think I would typically mine this completely out. I don't think I'm going to. There's no sense. I do not, it would be inconvenient if I was hostile with the Talon. But it's not a huge hit. And I do have some extra from that first 1,500 extra faction that we got from the first quest, and not from any of the others, for some reason. They well admit that those quests are in beta. But quests in this game have always been buggy. Let's see how we're doing. So I'm going to basically pause the video here while this crafts up. I would typically move on to the next resource node, bring an extra portable constructor and heater, and then just come back for this later. I've got the time. I'll just cut it out of the video. So while I was harvesting the next node, this would be crafting, and I would just come back and pick it up. But yeah, I've got the time. We'll wait. Catch you guys in a few minutes. So picking this back up, we got about 300, still crafting away. Copper, we need 294. Just drop that in there. Got a few more to craft here. We need to have copper for making ammo and various stuff. Ammo is the first thing that comes to mind when I think of copper in this game. We have plenty for what we're doing right now, but we will need much more eventually. So I do like to have copper on me. Alright, so this is finished up. Let's go ahead and grab this stuff and go to the next resource node. There's a resource over there. Let's check that one out. We are still in Talon territory. I'll check after harvesting a few hundred of this carbon ore. We might have a problem with faction, but that's alright. We'll figure it out. That is one of the good things. By the way, that's carbon. That's one of the good things about this game. There's almost always 100 ways to skin a cat. We're going to get like 300 out of this. And I'll see you whenever I've got sufficient carbon ore for a small vessel. Alright, dropped a few in there. Got a little bit left over, which is exactly what I'm looking for. Grab the detector. Oh, hey buddy. You mad at me? Don't be mad. Don't be mad, buddy. Plus 120. That's good. Maybe I can go kill 10 telluropods and fix this. That. It's nighttime. Whoa, slow down. That's not a terrible idea. We're still in Talon territory. This whole damn moon is Talon territory. I would like to be not in... I'd like to be in swamp is what I'd like to be in. And it's nighttime. Of course, I don't think it's technically nighttime anymore. It's already dawn. The irony of this game always being dark when you want it to be daylight, and then I want it to be dark now, and it's going to be daylight. If I could find 10 telluropods. Whatever. So let's see. Let's find some more resources. There's carbon. There's copper. Iron and silicon. Where did that guy go? Way over there. Alright, see you when I get there. Made it. And again, I'm not going to go through all the mining, but I figure it's the first time I should, at the very least, show you what iron looks like. It's iron. Cool. Get about 150 of these and see you on the other side. Oh, we're, by the way, oh, we're not getting a faction hit for it. Let's, still neutral. Whatever. I'll just take it. No faction hit. I'll probably take all this. I'll see you on the other side. Okay, so while it's crafting up, I'm going to take this iron, hit F2 for the factory. I can right-click and pick up half of it. I can continue to right-click and split it however I want. I'm going to put 100 or so in there. Maybe a few more. Oh, if I put that all in, it would have worked. It's a little bit inconvenient, but not terribly. So while this is still crafting, like I said, it's 5 ores makes 10 ingots. 5 ores still weigh less than about half the weight of 10 ingots. So I noticed that I had 4 copper ore here. You can craft any of these you can craft these out of crushed stone. So we have some crushed stone. I figured I could make 1 more ore in order to get 10 more ingots because it would just weigh less. I think we'll end up with the same math on this iron ore, so we'll see how that works out. And that meat's about to go bad. And I have no spice. Any spice around here? None readily visible. I would like a little spice, please. Pretty please, some spice. I can still see my bike and constructors on the mini-map, top right. So that spice in there, go back to food. It's making 1 more ore in order to make that. And I could make a salami. So this repackaged, so I can pick it up and put it back down. It becomes inconvenient when you have no room. You have to drop stuff in order to pick it up. We need to go here. Silicon. Pointer in the right direction. This should be all crafted up. I'm going to put that right there. I'm going to eat it is what I'm going to do. I probably shouldn't have gone and gotten the spice, but whatever. Let's pick these guys up. Hop on the bike, go grab some silicon. By the way, I don't know if you guys saw, but it wasn't giving me a faction hit until a few seconds later. And then it was. So, all was not fixed. Back in the crash site. Evil Knievel. You go, boy. Oh, wait. Let's see. This is that first deposit we found early on. So let's hop off here. We can put that down. We can put that down. And let's go grab some silicone. Where'd it go? Oh, it's right there. See you, well, I guess let's get to the silicone so you can see it. And that's silicon. Already get me for the faction. All right, see you guys in a few minutes. Well, we're getting closer to the end here. By the way, this is the toggle that would show this portable constructor on the map or not, if you didn't want it to. 10 more silicon ore left and 2 more to craft. I think I actually need to craft 1 more because there's 5 already in there being crafted. Maybe not. Yep, 1 more. 590 silicon. I might have overtaxed. We're going to come here. I'm just going to take... actually going to take all of that and drop it. I can go over. I don't get it back. It'll just go to the next blueprint. So now we have all the stuff to craft it. I'm probably going to do that back at camp. That is slightly inconvenient. Well, that's all right. This is what I was talking about. So I can't pick up this bike. I got to drop some things. I don't want to waste the resources, so I'm going to come into the factory and go back to the library, choose a large ship to factory, and I'm going to drop some of this stuff in there. Like half of that iron. And good planning. So let's put all that in there, pick up the bike, point it back towards the scientist camp, and then pick that up, and then pick that up. Bob and weave on the bike, bob and weave. Let's drop all of this in our... Oh, I wanted to keep that on me. Little guy there. See how we're doing on fuel. We have a little bit. I still want to go ahead and just... fill her up. So now we can get a little bit exciting. I just filled all those up. I think we're fixing the bolt. F2. Let's go back to the library and find our little small vessel from the workshop. Tier 1 to factory. So now everything's green. We've collected all the stuff just to start production. I have my settings set at instant, so here she is. We'll spawn her up. Life gets more easy, honestly. So we have a couple of GATs, thrusters. If we look around the backside, we got a fridge, some cargo containers, an armor locker, which should be much more important, and an O2 station. Switch on the main power first. There's a detector. So what we're going to do is shut that little door, and we're going to grab some fuel, all of it that we can. So now I'm at F4 for logistics, and we're connected from player to the S2E3 Freedom into the controller ammo. I'm going to go into the fuel and put as much of that as I can in there. How much else do we have? 21. F4, fuel, fill her up, Bob. We can also go to oxygen. Almost all of it. I think we have some oxygen. And that's still crafting away. And now, let's transfer everything to the ship. I'm going to put this, well, now I'm going to put it right there. Can't put it back into the output. It will not allow. So I'm going to take everything that's perishable or things that I associate with medicine and food for logistics. Instead of the controller ammo, I'm going to drop it all into the fridge. I don't know if this slows down perish time or if it eliminates perish time. It appears that maybe not. Perish time. Oh, this is the fish meat. It's a commodity. Doesn't perish. That makes sense. I was actually surprised that I had any meat. Everything else, full up. Put this not in the fridge, but in the ammo container. So that is now empty. including all of our wood. We're going to go set up a quick base. And we're going to get this thing started again. That in fuel. Keep some oxygen on us. That's probably about 20 or so, 2 or 3 full refills, just as a habit. Let's pick up all this stuff and get the crap out of here. This is our ship. I think it's a great first ship. Y to turn everything on or off. Hit P to go into the menu, turn on our thrusters, and we're going to head to the supply bunker. Onwards. Hit 2, use my ping. This has got a much greater range. So when you're looking at this, green means Talon, right? Resource is a resource, and question marks are POIs or other than resources. And as you get closer, you discover them, they won't disappear. Ship is stopped, sir. I'm currently 546 degrees because I'm standing on top of a thruster. Not good. I have a core, and I'm just going to keep this stuff on me for now. See no reason to bring anything else just yet. Oh, I am going to come in here just to save some fuel and turn those thrusters off. Elion showing the great technology of crouch that took 7 years to put into the game. We have 0.1 rads. I can use this shower right here and get rid of the 0.1 rads. Got some food. Medical stations, clone chamber, and another medical station. Cannot be accessed to other faction. Here's a Flipida. Oh, hey, I need a... been shot. Pretty cool. Got some damaged cyborgs that are super scared. I will make them not scared anymore. Let's see. I believe there is Uno Mas. This reminds me of the Blair Witch Project. Alright, so we have a base here. I'm a creature of habit, so I'm going to... Look, we got a multi-tool. Just start looting. I'm going to come in here to logistics. So this is the supply bunker, this particular container. I'm going to switch this to the ST1 Freedom and click connect. connect. And when I come in here, everything I loot from those boxes is going to go directly into the Freedom instead of my inventory. Multi-charge. Already got that one. And we'll just start on this side. No reason for a repair station just yet. There's plenty of opportunity for me to mess something up. So this door goes up to a hallway or an elevator shaft. It goes to an open room. If you're going to spend any amount of time at this base, I would highly recommend drilling up and crafting some elevator blocks to give you easier access into this base. Security is not really an issue. There's no Xerax on this moon. Therefore, no base attacks. There's an O2 station. Just top her off. Sathium plates. There's a couple of hidden loot boxes in this base. If you don't want to know where they are, fast forward about 60 seconds. Because Lord knows I didn't find them. Good stuff. Ooh, tier 2 assault rifle. I take. I have no idea if that took 60 seconds or not. But assuming those of you who didn't want to see that part are back, here we are. Picked up a tier 2 assault rifle. And this is a console. Exact same stuff as the science station. We have a fuel tank, ventilators, and an alien faction core. We're going to blow her up. And then if you recall, we brought one with us. I don't have to put it there. It just seems logical. And now all these base are mine. So let's see. I want some of this. She's a going. I can go put these commodity items in there. And I need some, not fuel, but I can go ahead and put fuel in there. It'll be my storage area. I need some wood. So these personal constructors are great. They hold almost an unlimited amount of inventory. Make sure that works. Sometimes it glitches. But they can't connect with logistics. So you've got to go back and forth and back and forth. I am going to grab this multi-tool, which has a charge. I'm going to take retrieve blocks. I'm going to take this block. And I'm going to another cargo container here. You can choose size, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use the delete and home button to change the axes or direction. I'm going to make this the input, so I'm going to look at it and hit the P button. Go to devices and auto group. So again, look at the model that I'm wanting to affect, hit the P button, and I'm going to call this input. Great. I'm going to look at this one and hit the P button and call this output. So, in the output, I'm going to keep crafted items, not components like these weapons and those weapons. This is going to eventually go on my person. Don't see anything else that I would consider crafted, so I'm going to go into input and put the rest. I think oxygen needs to go in output. Fuel needs to go in output. And these commodity items I'm putting in output. I'm going to change this to the ST1 Freedom and go to the fridge. All these are commodity items. Go to the player, put these meds and multi-tool charges on me. I like that setup. Go back to the supply bunker and output. This is now a commodity item. And then the input, put her there. Boys, we have a base. I got oxygen crafting, I got fuel crafting, and I now have a large constructor. We're going to go from the input to the output. We're going to get a couple things going, including filter by small vessel, some ammunition for our small vessel up there. I'm also going to go ahead and get F3 and tools, unlock this drill, weapons, and we're going to do, let's see, it's 10 promethium pellets, so we're going to do, it yields 5, this yields 3, we're going to do 2 of those too. Oh, and a drill. That will make our life a little bit easier. And we're going to call this an episode. We got a base, we got a ship, we got ammo crafting, we got drill charges, a drill crafting. Boys, we're ready to do some stuff. Next episode, I hope to see us kind of explore this planet and maybe take a trip over to a couple of the other 4 starter moons and get some more of those data pads. How many do we have? Man, I hope it tells us. Mission already completed. Huh. Journey book, maybe? Man. It doesn't tell me how many I've gotten. I've gotten a few. 1 of 16. We're getting way more than 1. Two. Huh. We're getting a few. We'll get the rest. It'll tell us in the next one. I just can't seem to remember where to find it here. But that's cool. So that's an episode. If you have any questions, make comments down below. I'd be tickled to death with some subscription and some likes. You know what? I'd be happier just with some comments, good, bad, or indifferent. Yeah, we'll see you next time, guys. Thanks.